Hello everybody, I'm back again. This time it's not so much of a review as it is more of a rant. But I'll get to that in a minute. It's obviously about the Harry Potter miniatures game. But before I get into that, I'm going to explain a couple of things. As you can see, I'm a bit of a war gamer. We've got games from all different companies, all different genres. That's just like chunks of my 40k. Some of it is painted, some of it isn't painted. The stuff that's mostly painted is generally put away. There's boards that I've made. As you can see, you know, quite a war gamer myself. This is my gaming room. Excuse the slight mess. It's because I'm kind of like changing up some boxes and things. But as you can see, huge war gamer. Absolutely love it. Been doing it for many years. Played many different games. And oh, forgot bolt action there. Played many different games, many different genres over the course of the last few years. So a couple of weeks ago, basically at the start of October, me and my partner, we did an unboxing for the Harry Potter's miniatures game. She was really excited about it because she's a huge Harry Potter fan. I was kind of excited about it because I like war games. And I like painting miniatures, and I was quite, looking forward to playing a game that she really, something that she's probably really going to enjoy, and that brings us both together. That day, I quickly stuck all the models together and sort of glued them up for the photographs that you see through the video. You know, I mean, when I was gluing them together, I did notice the sort of the really brittle, horrible quality of the resin. And over the course of the last, I think it's been about a month maybe, as I've been spraying these up, getting ready to paint them for my partner, I have noticed just exactly how bad the quality of the Harry Potter miniatures are. We haven't actually played a game of it yet, but we'll get into the tin in a little while. I just want to talk about the actual quality of the miniatures themselves. There's Harry. He's one of the miniatures that come in the actual set. He is made out of, I don't know what, but it seems to be some really cheap, horribly brittle resin. And I can honestly say, hand on heart, I would not recommend this set for anyone. I'm probably going to say that more than once in this video. And it's basically down to two things. It's how brittle and horrible the models are, and the quality of the card and the counters and everything like that. You can't tell, obviously, excuse my black hand, I've been spraying. You can't tell from this thing just how brittle they are. But I am terrified of coming too close to his wand. I have had to re-glue Dumbledore's wand on, Bellatrix's wand back on. I've had to glue one of the Death Eater's wands back on. And these aren't me being heavy-handed. I'm quite a light touch when it comes to my models. I take very good care of my models because obviously I don't want to damage them because I take a lot of time, a lot of effort to actually paint these things. And this is just because I've maybe picked up a model near it, and he's just caught the tip of the wand, and the wand is just flung off. Now I don't know why they decided to make the models in such a horrific brittle plastic, but it's just cheap and nasty. I'm gonna show you. As you can see on the board, I've got a selection, one model each from pretty much every game that I've got, except because I've got quite a few GW games, so I've only got two from those. And we're going to compare the quality. Now, the Harry Potter, that's probably the last time I'm going to touch him until I put him back on the shelf. Because again, I don't want to break him. So here we've got an alien from the Aliens vs Predator game. He's made out of a resin, but he's a soft resin. He's got some give to him, so nothing's going to snap unless I really slam it down, which I'm not going to do. You can see how detailed it is. He's just as detailed as Harry. He's a lovely sculpt, and there's nothing wrong with him. I'm not terrified of picking him up. I'm not terrified of dropping him. You know, he's perfectly fine. Then we've got the first, that's from the second edition. Then we've got the first edition. Then we've got the first edition, Aliens vs Predator models. Now these are a harder resin, but they're still, you can see there, they've still got a little bit of give. You cannot do this with any of the Harry Potters. You cannot. I would not recommend doing it. If you do, you will break the model. 100% guarantee that. They do not have any give. This is a Clonal Marine. Again, perfectly fine sculpt, excellent detailing on him, looks wonderful, but yet not made out of a cheap, nasty resin. This is an X-Wing from the X-Wing game by Fantasy Flight Games. Again, made out of resin. Now, this is a little bit tougher, but look, these are just as thin. I don't know what these are in the thing. I'm not that massive a Star Wars fan, so I don't know the technicality. So if you're a big Star Wars fan, I apologise in advance, but I'm pretty certain, are these lasers? I'm pretty certain these are lasers. I don't know the name of them, so please don't hate me. But look, give. They're not going to break. They're not going to break just by touching them. They've got a little bit of give, because Fantasy Flight understand that these are models that are going to be touched and played with and handled. Now, this is a miniature from a game called Project Z. I don't really... the game is okay. I don't really rate the game that much. Only played it a couple of times. Now, this is a plastic, but again, look. Look what I can do here. I mean, I just slightly bent it because I was getting too harsh with it. But there's a little bit of give. But you can also bend, as you can see, you can also bend it back. It's also because it's a plastic as well. You can drop him, and he's not gonna break. Then we've got another soft plastic resin, or plastic sort of resin miniature from Guild Ball. Again, they've got give. From the bits that are pointing out, they've got give. They're soft plastic. These are one-piece model. You know, I don't really rate the sculpts for these. They're not exactly brilliant. The metal ones are far superior, but apparently I know someone who's a good friend with people who make Guild Ball, and he said, you know, that the plastics are going to improve greatly, which is a good thing because I really like Guild Ball. It's one of the best games that I own. Here we have a Dalek from the Doctor Who miniatures game. There's not really much give on these because they are, you know, they're like solid plastic, but you don't need give all the time because these are rigid. They're not going to break with a slight touch. You know, I can touch this. If I put too much pressure on it, obviously it's going to break. But in fact, there is still some give. There's still more give there than there is in that wand. That terrifying wand that I'm not going to touch because it will break. Here we've got Darth Vader from Star Wars Legion. Again, a plastic model. He's got a long pointy thing. Got a lightsaber. It's got some give to it. It's not going to break. This isn't difficult Knight models, you absolute con artists. Here we've got a model from Shadespire, I think it's Steelheart. I don't know all the names for these. Again, you know, perfectly fine, plastic model. This Shadespire, by the way, costs 35 quid. Darn sight cheaper than a Harry Potter miniature game. And the models are far higher quality. Yes, it is GW, who generally have, like, you know, incredibly high quality miniatures. You know, there's no give on this because it's solid plastic. There doesn't need to be give on it. Because GW know what they're doing. Sorry for the slapping, that's me hitting my knees because I'm getting quite aggravated. Enhance the calm. Woosah, there we go, right, okay, back into it. This is a model from... this is a model from... this is an Orc from Blood Bowl. Again, nice plastic thing. Solid plastic, doesn't need to have any give because it's not going to break with the slightest touch. It's nice and solid. Excellent, you know, again, nice detailed, highly detailed sculpt. We've got this is a mailman from Ghostbusters 2, the board Ghostbusters, yeah, Ghostbusters 2, the board game, or Ghostbusters the board game 2. I don't know how they've written that on the box. I can't quite see it from here. But again, soft, you know, a sort of, oh, not actually that soft, but a resin. Got give. It's got give to it. Not going to break. This is Peter Venkman from the first Ghostbusters. He's got give. Look, he's even got a wire here. You know, again, really excuse these fingers. He's got a wire here. It's got some give to it. Not much give, but again, it's got enough give that it's not going to break by touching it or something slightly glancing it. This is Yin Ordan from Star Wars Imperial Assault, again by Fantasy Flight Games. Highly detailed model. So, you know, a sort of a soft plastic resin. Again, give to it. This is Derek from the Walking Dead game. These are all from the starter sets as well, I might add. These are all from the starter sets, just like Harry here. These aren't special editions. These aren't extra stuff that you can buy on the side. These are all from these starter sets. Again, Derek, look. Hard plastic, you know, again, a resin. He's got give. He's got give. You can kind of bend. He's even got a tiny little finger there. That finger is not going to snap off. And why? Because Mantic Games know how to make miniatures. And haven't cheaped out. we've got Donatello from the Turtles board game. Out of the Shadows, I believe it's called. Into the Shadows, something about shadows. That doesn't really matter at the minute. I'm ranting about Harry Potter, dang it. Again, nice plastic, you know, got some give to it. This, by the way, for me was just as expensive as the Harry Potter game. Well, not the full kit that my partner that we paid for it for the thing. If I bought the base starter set right now, it would cost exactly the same as I paid for the Out of the Shadows, because it's really difficult to get hold of in this country for whatever reason. Apparently, we don't get cool stuff in England, which really bugs me and makes it really difficult because I'm a collector of toys. And that's a different rant. Stay on track, damn it. This is Doug from Zombicide. Again, he's not as highly detailed as the Harry Potter thing. Not all of these are as highly detailed. A lot of them are quite detailed, but you know they're not as detailed as the Harry Potter miniatures. But a lot of them are still made out of better materials and aren't brittle as hell. Look, a little bit of give. Why? Because they know that people are going to play with these bloody games. Because you have to play with them. You have to be able to pick up. Oh God, I don't like doing it. I really don't like doing it. You have to pick up and you have to move these models. You know, you have to use them. You can't just put them down and just leave them there. I mean, what is the point? Why did they make these? Why did they make these models out of such brittle plastic? Now you're going to ask, why didn't you ask Night Models and ask them? Well, I have done. I've asked their Facebook page. I've asked, and I've sent them a few emails. In fact, I keep leaving comments on their Facebook page because it is doing my head in. But am I getting a single answer? No. And the reason why is because they know they cheaped out, they know they crapped out, and they couldn't be bothered. And that's just a model. Now I'm gonna go put Harry somewhere safe so he doesn't just implode, because that generally feels like what they're gonna do. And now I'm gonna get on to the quality of everything else. Now, this is one of the boards. This is one of the boards here from the all-in package, as you saw. Now look at this. Look at this. Can you see that? I don't know how well you can see that because of my manky hands. I am again really sorry about this with the hands. Let's use one of the other boards so you can see. But can you see that? Can you see this? Can you see how bad the cut is? I mean, look at that. That is disgusting. This is an expensive game. This isn't cheap. This isn't some knockoff game. This is from Night Models. This is a full, expensive game. This cost 300 euros to pre-order this thing. Me and my partner, we saved up for quite a while to get this for her. And look at this. This is straight. These are the bonus boards. Look at that. I have to put a lot of pressure on it to get it straight. I'm going to put the light on because the sun's decided to leave. But look, I have to put some pressure on it to get it straight. Relaxed, it bends too much because the scoring is so bad. It's horrendous. And these are the bonus boards. This is before you get to the actual miniatures set. Now I'm going to crack it open. That's the tin you can hear. Now, I'll give him one thing. The quality of the rulebook, that's lovely. Well done on that. Kudos. You can print a bloody book. Excuse my French. Now, here we go, look. Again, rough quality. But this is my favourite part. Now this is going to shock anybody. Again, remember, 300 euros. That's how much this cost. Ready? Here's the board. Can you see that? That's not even glued. There's not a drop of glue. I'll try and see if I can show you the other side. I'm really tight in at the minute with the camera. It's not even a single bit. That's coming off. I'll have to re-glue that. I will. Because of cheap crap materials they've used. Oh, I nearly swore then. They used on this. They used on this game. And again, look. And this isn't the only one that's like this. All the boards, they haven't been scored very well. They've got little tufts coming off them. You know, it's just cheap, nasty materials they've used. This is one of the cards you get with the expansions. Now I was playing a game on the day the day before I recorded this. I was playing a game of Guild Ball, and he was asked about the Harry Potter game. So I showed him. He was shocked. We described this as fat paper. This isn't plastic. This isn't like card. This is more of a fat paper. This is flimsy, It's going to bend really easily. It's going to curl up at the edges, and that's what this is the quality of the cards that you get. Now, as you can see, every other one. Why is the sun? Oh! Bloody sunlight. Is it because there's too much sun? What's going on? Oh, Nad's bags. Sod it. Let's just wham both lights on. Hopefully that'll sort it out. But as you can see from the, I don't know how dark it is. It looks really dark on the actual on my screen, so it might be perfectly fine for you. But from the actual camera's point of view, it's dark as all. But now look at all the other sets here. Yeah, this is the quality of the card. It's just as thick, but you can instantly tell just by the feel of it, it's better. And I'm not going to pick up every single card, because there's just so many here. But they all vary in degrees of thickness, but not a single one of them feels flimsy. Even, I will show you this, I will show you the larger one. This is again, this is Doug from Zombicide, sorry, brain fart. And again, look. This is still better quality than this. This feels cheap and nasty. This feels like they actually cared about their game. They cared about the customers. The cards don't feel like they're going to bend. I mean, I've played Zombicide loads of times. I've played Imperial Assault loads of times. I've played the first Ghostbusters loads of times. I've played Guild Ball loads of times. I've played most of these games quite a few times. Not a single card is bent or damaged, or even close to it. These cards, the quality of these honestly feel like they're going to tear in your hand. That's not good. That's incredibly bad design. And the last but not least, we've got the counters. Look at that. It's nearly invisible. Now these are game counters. Game counters need to be heavy. These are obviously going to be used on the board. They're obviously going to be placed on the board or next to people's character cards, so you know what you're doing. Now look how thin that is. And let's pick a random one as Ghostbusters. Look at the thickness. You can't see the thickness because I'm an idiot and I put it in the shadow. Look at the thickness. Yeah? Thick. 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 And this one, and this one, the Doctor Who and the World War Z starter sets are 30 quid or £35 each. How does something that costs £35 have better quality in cards, better quality in models, and better quality in tokens? How? How is that possible? Especially considering Doctor Who is also a licensed property. But I'm going to pop one of these out. Oh, jeez. There we go. There you go. Pop one of those out. Now look. There you go. I just blew on that. I didn't blow on it hard. I blew on it slightly. Again, I'll do it again. Look. There you go. Flipped it. What if you've got a window open on a hot summer's day and you're next to the window, or there's a big gust of wind suddenly comes through? Most of these others aren't gonna go. Look. That took a lot more effort. I mean, this one flipped before that one. But they're poor, flimsy made, and it's absolutely disgusting. So, I'm going to put this out as a warning. Do not buy the Harry Potter's Miniatures game by Night Models. It's not worth the cash. It's poor quality. They don't get back to you because they don't care. I've never ever seen such dreadful quality in a war game in my entire, I don't know, 20 plus years of actually playing war games maybe. And I'm just, don't buy it. Just do not buy it. Stay well away. It doesn't matter how big of a Harry Potter fan you are. Just avoid it. Do not buy it. Save your money. Get like a different board game. Get something else. Just don't buy this game because you're just going to be disappointed. It's just going to break and you're not going to be happy with it. Rant over. Thanks for watching. I'm very sorry about this. This is normally not what I normally do. So if you're watching this for the first time, normally I'm quite happy and excited about this, but this just got to me too much. This is just too much. I hate Night Models. I'm never buying a single thing from them ever again. And especially thanks to their awful customer service. And if anyone from Night Models ever sees this video, screw you. You know what you've done, you absolute cheapskates. You've got our money and you're just laughing. I feel sorry for anyone who's purchased this game. There are even people out there that still haven't even got their game. That's how terrible this launch has been. It's an absolute joke.